Your lead magnet is not converting, or it's not converting like it used to, or you're wondering, could you get 1 or 2% more conversions? I'm going to break down what I help people with. My name is Pamela Dale, and it's always great to have an outside view from an expert who's worked on 6 and 7 figure businesses, helping them tweak these 1 and 2%, because that made such a difference. A 1 to 2% lift and lead conversion is huge when you think about it on the other side, dollar signs, right? So there are a couple of things we're going to break down. The first is, let's take a look. Optimizing your freebies. Let's first determine, does it still align with your brand and messaging style? Maybe this has been put out a year ago and there's a couple of words that you changed, or maybe you use this color versus that color. I know when I go to clone a freebie lead funnel and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I like this better now. I think this is going to work better. So take a look at that. Does it still align with your branding? Number 2, does the freebies content still deliver high quality and valuable guidance? AI has made such a difference. And I was talking with someone in one of my programs yesterday, and they were saying anytime we use the word AI, we get a 20% uptick in opt-ins, etc. And I'm like, whoa, okay, that's what people are looking for. But maybe that's not what your people are looking for, but this time last year, it may have changed and some of the wording may need to be adjusted. I think that's an amazing thing to take a look at. And then number 3 is, does the freebie have any time-sensitive language or outdated pop culture references? Wow, yes, it probably does. And maybe that guide was written in 2023 and it's now 2024. Maybe you need to even just go update the dates in it when you're referencing something. So take a quick look at those. It doesn't take much. Assign a team member, have someone like myself come in and investigate, and even have another set of eyes on it. Really, really powerful. So let's take a look at the next piece I think is important. And here is a quick copy checklist that I'd like you to also take a look at. Your landing page and thank you page. I go into many people's sites and you know how at the bottom it says 2022? Yes, I see that. And I'm like, and I know I'm hypersensitive to it because I build funnels, but I'm like, whoa, let's update that. If nothing else, does your software not give you the ability to use a custom value that's like right now year it's called, and we'll update that for you automatically? Take a look at that. That's really, really important. Your delivery and confirmation emails. How is the copy? Does it need to be updated? When you took a look at the freebie itself, does the copy on the landing page need to be updated? Let's take a look at it. Also, some of your ads on social media or some things that you've got over on Pinterest or maybe on your website. I know I looked recently and I was like, oh my gosh, that's right. That thing is still there. And it was actually my husband that pointed out a freebie in my email newsletter that had the old picture of me on it. And I was like, oh my God, that's right. We need to change that. So take a look at those things as well. What about your website pop-up? Is it what you would like it to be? Let's take a look at it. Let's see if it's pointed in the direction that you'd like your people to be pointed to when they go to click off, I call it, right? And then what about your blog post? Do you have on your website maybe 3 pillar posts, or do you even have 3 pillar posts, say for example, or featured post on LinkedIn that you could go and update? We recently did some updates on ours, so it's really important to take a look and optimize this as well. What about your pinned post on some of your Instagram and Facebook, personal, business, etc. Make sure that those are actually the ones that you would like them to be, or maybe it's time to do a quick update, tell the story again in a different way. And then what about some of your automated or recurring social posts? Do you have any going out that are still promoting your freebie? Are they still working for you? Do you have your social media working for you? I call it like a workhorse, right? Is it pulling its weight? Maybe we could put out some more updated social posts around your freebie. You never know what's going to give you that 1 or 2%. And then let's take a look at your tech stack, right? Let's take a look at where is your freebie and what are the metrics that are happening? What are the stats on the landing page, etc.? Have you looked at it this week or this month, or is it just kind of quietly running? And have you thought about, is the landing page loading quick enough for you? Have you done a page load speed? That is actually one of the biggest things that I think you can do is a speed test and determine, is it fast enough? Is there anything that could be updated? Make sure that the branding is consistent on that landing page. Is it updated? Is your lead magnet accessible? This is huge right now. Well, it was huge last year. If we haven't done this, we need to make sure, if I get a freebie and I can barely read it without putting it at 175% on my computer. I wear glasses, so I know that, my eyesight's not what it used to be, but I'm not alone. Make sure that's even visible. And then I also want you to take a look at colors. Do you know that there are websites that give you the ability to look at your contrast of your font and background color? Is it strong enough for people to see it? I run off a beautiful Mac that's brand new and it's the latest and it's got the best screen you've ever seen and I can see everything. And I am always astonished when I go and share a screen with someone, especially if they're looking at my stuff or it happens to be on the screen. And I'm like, holy crow, that looks terrible. Because their screen is different. They're using a different browser. They have a different screen size. Are you looking at that? Because that really matters. And if you don't take the time to test it on various devices, it's going to make a difference in your conversions. And then have someone come and test it for you. It could be me, it could be your partner like mine did, and just an outside view of it. Have your team member go and opt in like they are a real lead and watch it from the other side. You and I are blind, right, to it. It's that repetition blindness. Like we see the same thing over and over and over again, and all of a sudden you don't see it anymore. So this is really, really important to understand, and make sure that you are constantly reviewing, revisiting your lead magnets and all of your things actually. Or what you're going to get are the very useful people on social media who are going to point out to you that it's not working. I love those people, love them. Some of them feel very apprehensive around saying something. And I'm just like, thank you so much for taking the time to reach out and tell me what you're seeing, because I want to be effective. I want to get this information to you. I want it to do the thing that it's promised for you. And if some of these are missing, I'm able to accomplish that goal for myself and for you. So do yourself a favor, take a couple of moments and review your lead magnet. Even if you don't have a lead magnet at this time, go and do it with your website. And hopefully you have an opt-in on your website, right? And with that, my name is Pamela Dale. Drop a comment down below if you'd like more information on this. I can get all this over to you, and I've got a great lead magnet funnel that you can have at no charge as well. See you soon.